Morning guys! We are pretty much 12 weeks out. For some reason I was thinking we're a bit longer than that, but no we're not. So 12 weeks until we compete. The first, I guess 10 days or so are going to be obviously in Mexico. So it's a bit more difficult with diet, but training is on point as always. I'm going to go and train a posterior session this morning. I've got 14k steps to get in, and yeah, I have brought my Apple Watch with me, which is good, so I can make sure that I get my steps in. The only thing is, I find, I don't know if anyone else has got an Apple Watch, for some reason you have to charge them so frequently. So I always end up charging at some point in the day, and then I do lose some steps, but I think more steps is better than less steps when you're in like a cutting phase. So we will see, but I'm excited, very excited for the next 12 weeks. I need to also start practicing my bikini posing again. I have got a little bit back into it the last maybe couple of days. The tan is coming along quite well actually. I am very bloated because we're like pre-period at the moment, so I'll be very glad when that's kind of like gone down. This always happens this time of the month, but we roll with it. Yeah, feels so tranquil outside today. It's so lovely. Yesterday I was sat in a cafe though, and I've nearly finished my insect repellent. I got some more of that natural stuff. It doesn't work at all. Literally got bitten to death. So last night I was really itchy, and my legs are a bit itchy now, so I definitely need to get some more DEET because I don't want to get bitten anymore. I thought I'd do a bit of a voiceover of the couple of exercises I filmed from today's session. So I was doing a posterior session, and this was actually, I think, the third exercise in. So I started with cable kickbacks, and then we went on to a seated row, and then the third exercise was a Romanian deadlift. So the tempo is nice and slow, and this wasn't actually my main working set, this was one of my warm-up sets, but I didn't film that many reps, that many sets of each exercise. I think it was only 3 I managed to film in total. So this was a little bit heavier. Again, I think this was actually my second warm-up set, and then I went to one slightly heavier set, which was kind of my main working set. So you can see the tempo is nice and slow. Actually, when I get to the bottom, I could have a little bit of a straighter lower back. I mean, it's pretty much there, but we did analyse this very closely, and there is a slight bend in the lower back at the bottom, so I will make sure to make that better next time. For these glute bridges, actually my coach doesn't want me going all the way down. Apparently that's more of like a powerlifting glute bridge, I think. So we will actually be focusing from the next session on actually only really going halfway, just so we really do hyper focus on the glutes that way, rather than losing the tension in them by going all the way down. And I think this was my main working set. I think I had 2 working sets to do in this session. This is definitely not one of my favourite exercises. It's a really good exercise, but it's just never been one of my best exercises. And then I moved on to a split squat. I actually only filmed really the lower body part of the posterior session. I actually did quite a few upper body exercises as well. But with the gym setup, it's quite difficult sometimes when it's busy to film the upper body exercises. So this was a Smith machine split squat, and actually I feel this really working well, and my technique's pretty good actually on these split squats. So I think I only had 2 sets of them, which was quite nice because they're quite a difficult exercise. So actually done properly, you can see the leg shake as I'm going down to the bottom. Guys, we just finished actually a very good posterior session today. Tripping over. I'm going for a little walk to get my steps in. So when everyone just watched me trip over. So yeah, we're just going to walk along Fifth Avenue and then back while it's still cool, and then we're going to get something to eat. Back to my room, and we're going to carry on with some work. I did get some insect repellent on the way back, and I stopped off at a coffee shop and I wrote down everything that I need to film. So like so many things. Also got a Larry Lemmy cookie. At the coffee shop I got a really nice protein shake coffee. It was really good. So I think I'm gonna get that daily now, because sometimes I find when I have a really heavy breakfast, it really makes me feel tired and lethargic. So I'm gonna try and do that. I'll have this protein cookie at some point today. We have just managed to get more steps in. We're at 12,000 now. So I've only got another 2,000 to go and we're at like 2 p.m, 2:30 maybe. So I thought we'd have a sit down and a quick chat about what the plans are. I know I told you I'm competing in like 12 weeks or so. And I'm planning on competing in the bikini category. Potentially I might compete in bikini and fitness at this first competition, but I'm not quite decided yet, because I think whatever, I'm going to make up a fitness routine. So then we kind of got the option, but we're going to basically focus on the bikini physique, and that's what I want to do. That's the physique that I actually really like. I just don't really like, for me, the look of like the bigger girls. I prefer being like a little bit smaller, just prefer the bikini look personally. So that is the focus for the next competition. So basically, sorry, there is drilling going on. So what we're gonna really focus on doing the next 12 weeks is basically just cutting and getting pretty lean, to be honest, because bikini girls are actually tiny when you see them. You know, it's quite deceptive if you actually watch a show and see the stage, but then you actually see them out of kind of the show environment and they're really, really tiny. So yeah, the next 12 weeks will be pretty much cutting. I don't think the program's going to change that much. My coach did mention, as we already focus quite a lot on glutes and like shoulders and things, and they're really the most important kind of areas and hammies with bikini, which is fun. I have started to make up a bit of a routine for fitness, even though, as I just said, I don't know if I'll compete or not, but whatever, I do want to make up this routine. Now I feel inspired to make it up and get it filmed, probably professionally, regardless of the competing situation. But maybe I end up competing in it at the Arnold's, but they're just, as we've talked about millions of times, will not be enough people for sure at the first competition, but the first competition is like a regional and the Arnold's qualifier, so I don't know if in order to compete in fitness for the Arnold's I'd need to do that one, or whether I could just go directly kind of into that competition if I'd already competed in the regional qualifier anyway. I don't know, I need to kind of check that area out because it's probably a bit of a grey area. When I get back it's going to be super busy because obviously I've got my day in London pretty much as soon as I get back, and then my coach is going to come and visit for like the weekend, and we're actually going to go and watch a show, which will be really good, I think towards the end of May. So it'll be good to get an idea of, you know, what the competition's like. And I never really properly, I guess, watched all the bikini girls, and you know, it'd just be good to see the competition. It's always fun to watch. So that would be good. And yeah, I'm just going to keep you as updated as I can with obviously the journey. Posing still needs to obviously come on quite a long way. And this week's really just getting into it, so it's all fun and games. But that's pretty much going to end the vlog, because otherwise I'm just going to continue to ramble on. But if you've got any questions, comments, please do comment below, and I will try and get back to you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.